Ted Cruz did an interview with CNN about his presidential campaign, and he hit us with some yummy irony.
You and your family have been getting your health insurance through your wife's job. Her company has been Goldman Sachs. She has now left that to help you with your campaign. So where are you getting your health insurance now?
So she's taking an unpaid leave of absence from her job, and so we're transitioning. We'll be getting new health insurance, and we'll presumably do it through my job in the Senate. And so we'll be on the federal exchange like millions of others on the federal exchange.
So you will be getting Obamacare effectively.
It is one of the good things about Obamacare is that the statute provided that members of Congress would be on the exchanges without subsidies, just like millions of Americans. So there wouldn't be a double standard.
But Senator, for right now, the irony is just kind of unbelievable that you have made your name fighting against Obamacare, and you now are going to sign up to get your insurance through that very process, Obamacare.
Listen, it was the case before Obamacare that federal employees could get health insurance through their jobs. That's not a new development. So yes, I'll get my insurance through my job like millions of other Americans. That's not a shocking...
Will you take a subsidy from your job, which is the federal government?
We will follow the text of the law. I strongly oppose the exemption that President Obama illegally put in place for members of Congress because Harry Reid and the Senate Democrats didn't want to be under the same rules as the American people.
That means you are going to take a government subsidy?
I believe we should follow the text of the law.
The law that you want to repeal.
He's going to use the exchanges. He's going to use Obamacare. This has to be the most epic flip-flop in political history. How do you not see how ridiculous you look? And, people were tweeting at me before, like, oh, lazy media is trying to make it seem like he's a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite! He is a hypocrite! They act like, he's acting like, well, now that my wife is not with Goldman Sachs anymore, which, by the way, that's interesting as well. How, I wonder if he's in bed with the establishment. We don't have a choice but to use the exchanges. Sure you do. Just don't use the exchanges. It's very simple. If you hate Obamacare, well, Obamacare is the exchanges. So if you hate Obamacare, that means you hate the exchanges. That means that the way that you should go about getting your health insurance, call the health insurance companies directly. Do it. Why are you not doing that? That's the way to get health insurance in America without going through Obamacare. Pick up the phone, call the health insurance company directly. You don't go to the exchanges where you can shop around with all the prices next to each other and where you get the subsidies. So you just call the insurance company. Get no subsidy, call directly the insurance company, and get price gouged. That would be you being consistent. That's you being consistent, saying, okay, I said I hate Obamacare, it's terrible, so therefore I have to avoid the exchanges and I have to avoid Medicaid, which I will because I'm not poor, so I'll just call the insurance company directly. He didn't realize that's how you can be consistent? No, he's just like, yeah, I'm going to use the exchanges. I'm going to use Obamacare. Well, then you're the most ridiculous human being on planet Earth. And also, allow me to add, Ted Cruz has argued that Obamacare has death panels. Death panels. He said during his non-filibuster filibuster, quote, do we want the IRS to determine whether our mothers live or die? So now let's flip the question back around on him. You're going to put yourself and your family on Obamacare. You're going to go through the exchanges. You're going to use the system that you say has death panels. So do you want your wife to have the IRS to determine whether she lives or dies? You can't argue that Obamacare has death panels and then decide, yes, we're going to take it. I'm deciding to take it. So then which is it? Do you want your family to die or are you a liar? Which is it? It's one or the other, right? Either you lied about there being death panels, there's not death panels, or you want to kill your family and possibly kill yourself. You argued there are death panels in Obamacare. Now you're using Obamacare. So which is it? Were you lying, or do you want to kill your family through the death panels and possibly kill yourself? Are you gambling with their lives?